We have made it, boys and girls. I am so excited because so many of you, and I've seen in like so many news articles and everything, just if you go by Memphis, you have to go in the giant Bass Pro Shops. Last night I made the first leg of my journey home. I went from Dallas to like an hour west of Memphis. It is now the following morning. I'm in the Memphis Bass Pro Shops, the mothership of Bass Pro Shops, and I'm just gonna go in. I'm gonna explore a little bit because it looks just beyond epic. I'm gonna buy some fishing tackle that I'm in desperate need of. Let's just get in there and check this bad boy out, huh? I mean, it's just jaw-dropping big. All right, we're about to walk into this crazy store. It is so cold now. I spent the week in like 80 degrees and sunny, low wind in Texas, and now it's like 45. It's super windy. The big cold front that's basically hit the entire Midwest and the South has hit. But look at this thing. It's way bigger in person than it looks in video or pictures, I promise you that, because I had seen pictures and it is jaw-dropping big. They have a couple restaurants in here, a hotel, like a bunch of giant fish tanks. I'm just excited to get in here, explore. I think there's an overlook at the very top too. I don't want to really go up there today, but they got everything here. It's like a giant tourist destination. It's crazy. It's not just a store. Crazy. All right, so that was unbelievable just in itself. Like right when you walk in, there's big signs everywhere, and then there's that big pond, and it's full of, I don't know if they're hybrids or they're stripers, but I think they're a bunch of striped bass. And this ceiling is unbelievably tall, and there's alligators here. Is that a live alligator? Of course it is. It's like part zoo, part store. I have absolutely no idea where the fishing tackle is. I'm like walking through the kids section. Oh, bait and tackle. All right, well that's a good start. The amount of money spent just to decorate this store is just baffling to me. As I expected, their fishing selection is just beyond massive. They have 5 huge aisles just for crappie fishing. Usually in Bass Pro Shops I've been to, they have like maybe 1 or 2 aisles for crappie fishing, but I mean, this aisle is designated just towards swim baits, just swim baits. And then like what I was saying with the detail of everything, just look at the wall. There's taxidermy work everywhere. Everything is like beautifully painted. It's like everywhere you look, there's insane details in this store. It's really blowing my expectations out. Like look right here, you got 2 crappie, 3 crappie, a big smallmouth, another big smallmouth, a big flathead, more crappie, a big alligator gar. Like it's just so over the top. It's amazing. What do we got in here? I don't even know what I want to get. This is a dangerous store for my wallet. New chatterbait trailers are one thing I needed. I need to stop being so ADD in this store and just focus on what I need. I need some jigs, some chatterbaits if they have them, a certain brand, and some jigs. Probably already said jigs, but jigs too. Jigs are important. I lost a lot of jigs this last week bass fishing in Texas. Just a couple jigs, because I'm hopefully going to be meeting up with some of you guys today and fishing. That's what I'm grabbing lures for, fishing today. I'm talking to 2 different groups of people right now. One, a couple guys in Memphis. Not sure if they can get out or not. I know I announced this trip like when I was coming home, like very last minute, and it is a weekday, so most of you have to work or in school, so I really apologize for all that. But those of you that made the effort to reach out and contact me again, very much appreciate it. So hopefully I'm going to meet up with some of you guys to fish with these baits today. I'm not exactly sure. There are no set plans, but I'm pretty hopeful in 2 of them. This is crazy. So those jigs you guys just saw me grab, that was like half of an aisle, and I thought that was their jig selection. No. Entire wall of it, and then there's some more over there too. Oh, and there's some more behind me. I'd love to see how much inventory they sell a day in this store. Okay, where are their chatterbaits? Chatterbaits. I'm looking for a specific brand that stores usually don't carry. It's a Picasso chatterbait. I don't see it. I see a lot of jigs though. Now what in the hell is this? It's like a spinnerbait with a ball on the end of it. I have never seen this before at all. 3D prism ball, flashing or sound. I'm gonna have to buy this just because I've literally never seen this before. They got a bunch of aisles for spinnerbaits. Sorry, I'll stop oohing and eyeing over this store, but it really is that insane. My favorite trailer's a little menace. If you don't know, now you know. What else do I need? That's my problem, because there's a lot on the want list, but there's only a certain amount of things that I need. That's always everyone's problem when buying fishing tackle. This is the coolest part I've seen yet. I don't need any Mega Bass, but if I did, this Bass Pro would have me covered. This right here, this section of Mega Bass, that is the biggest by like triple that I've ever seen at Bass Pro Shops carry. Maybe I've just been to small Bass Pro Shops before. I don't know why I'm really surprised at this point that they carry this much fishing tackle, but I've never seen such a large selection of everything, including Mega Bass. It's really hard, but I do not want to spend $25 a lure right now when I already have a couple. All right, I think I have enough fishing tackle. I'm gonna go explore more of this store and check out the upstairs. What's up, dude? Okay, now that I'm upstairs, I can see how much crazy stuff is going on in this store. So the upstairs is like all hunting, gun stuff. That other side is the hotel, it looks like. Looks like those are all the rooms. And then this big tank. Those are absolutely giant, enormous catfish. They got a bunch of trout in there. There's scuba divers cleaning, I believe that's what's happening over there. There's so many fish tanks in here. So there's like the big striper one in the beginning. There's a giant catfish one over here. Looks like there's their main multi-species tank right there. And then over there, there's another pond. I want to go see what's in there. I'm still upstairs. Looks like there's a restaurant right there. And yeah, restaurant. And oh look, another fish tank. This would be like a top 5 store in the US to have a hide and seek contest, and I swear. This tank looks like it's all gar and trout. That, I presume, is the elevator to take you to the top for the lookout. Top 5 hide and go seek. I should have done a meetup here and had a scavenger hunt. I would have taken all day or all week. So many places to hide. Okay, I don't know how I accomplished this. I was wrong about this third pond. There's no trout in here. It's a bunch of bass and bluegill. But that, they have live ducks in here. I don't know how they accomplished that without having those things fly all over the place. Now, I think those are flatheads. I think those are blue cats. You got little striped bass here. That looks like a carp or a buffalo. Now, I'm not the best at identifying catfish. I haven't really catfished much in my life, so you guys could let me know. I think I'm right. I think the biggest ones are blue cats, and I think those small ones right there. Oh my. Those have to be 100-pound blue cats. And then those are little flatheads, I think, down there. We got a bunch of crappie in the tree, it looks like. Oh, where's the huge bass? I saw some huge bass from up ahead. There's another giant catfish. Hybrid. Oh, you know what? I mistook that as a bass. That's not a largemouth. From way up above, I thought those guys were largemouth. Those weren't largemouth. There's some pretty big largemouth over there. It doesn't look like there's anything way over 10 pounds, except for that guy. That's a really big old one. It's hard to tell just how big he is because he's in the back, but this is a big tank, but it's not that much bigger than any I've seen in the past. This is pretty standard for Bass Pro, it looks like. Now that was just an unbelievable shopping experience. I will never forget the Memphis Bass Pro Shops. If you guys are driving by here, I would seriously recommend. I talked to an employee in there, Peyton, for a good amount of time. Super nice guy. He told me a place to fish because I don't think that fishing with the 2 subscribers I was planning on is going to work. It is a weekday, like I said. It's really hard to coordinate fishing with people when it's a weekday because people have work, people have school, stuff like that. So he gave me a tip on a pond that I can go fish with and hopefully catch a bass in these lures. But he told me some interesting things about this store, that it used to be the Memphis Grizzlies NBA stadium, so that's why it's so damn big. They have like 1,800 fish in there, I think. There's a bowling alley, a couple restaurants, big hotel, obviously all the tackle store. I mean, it's the biggest tackle store in the world. There's all the stuff that I've shown you in today's video. The crazy thing is I missed a ton of it. There is so much to cover in this store. It is absolutely insane. So thank you, Bass Pro Shops. I am gonna go head to the lake now. It is cold out here in southeastern Missouri. It's now like 41 degrees. I'm getting ready to be assimilated back into the cold, the north, and ice fishing, but I'm not quite there yet. I actually totally abandoned my plan to fish the Memphis ponds because I promised you guys many times that I would fish with as many of you guys as possible. And although the Memphis guys did not work out, I went back in my DMs, my emails, and I found another opportunity of a young kid named Luke about, I think we're about an hour and a half south of St. Louis in southeastern Missouri. And he's about to get off school. I'm about to meet him at his house. And we're going to go pond fishing. But the lures I'm going to be using are the ones that I just got from Bass Pro. This, mainly, I want to see how this works. This, like, knuckleball spinnerbait. I am incredibly intrigued by this thing. It's got a rattle. It's not a spinnerbait anymore, so I'm very curious to see how that thing works in the water. And then, of course I got my regular jig. But the big issue I'm running into is that I left almost all of my nice usable rods in my boat to fish in the springtime in Texas. So I'm down to 2 rods, and both of them, the reels are pretty janky and they need to be serviced. So these reels are not going to sound the best, but bear with me. Hopefully I can get on some bass here with Luke. All right, so we just rolled up to the pond. These guys are big duck hunters. Luke, correct? I'm sorry, I'm terrible with names. So Luke, he's the guy that contacted me. Thank you again, Luke. Yep. Weston, so we got Luke and Weston. Any big ones in this pond?
We caught some decent ones.
Decent ones, all right. We're just gonna start slowly working these jigs because it is a pretty big cold front today. Weather's about 45 degrees. This is what I was talking to you guys about. Oh, that's an interesting noise. That's not supposed to sound like that. We're probably not gonna use this rod, but I wanted to see how this spinnerbait looks. Have you guys seen this thing? Look at this spinnerbait I bought from Bass Pro. The knuckleball, so you know what it is.
Yeah,
have you used it?
No.
It was so interesting I had to buy it. So you've just seen it before and said this thing looks weird. How does it work in the water? It kind of vibrates. That's weird. The ball doesn't really move much. It probably catches fish, honestly, but I'm gonna stick to that jig. That's about enough of the knuckleball, mostly enough of that reel. This was not too much better, but we'll make it work. These are all reels that I'm bringing home to get serviced and not keeping in my boat to use in the spring, so I don't have the nicest of equipment at the moment. Oh, I found the tree all right. Oh, he definitely dropped a Christmas tree out there. He dropped a real sturdy Christmas tree. Yeah, take some more casts there, thoroughly work that, because I'm gonna have to walk out to the dock and try to get that. And if I walk out there, I'm gonna spook them all. How long are you guys giving me until I break this one off? 2 casts, 4 casts?
I don't know yet.
Oh, if there's a brush pile in there, I'll find it.
Oh.
Oh. Oh, there's one. Yep, I got one now. You just missed one. I got one out in the middle. This feels like it's not that small. Yeah, they do. Yeah, it's not bad. Luke, you've got the honey hole. Little Missouri winter bass. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. This is a pretty average one for this pond. It's like a good 2.5 pounder. So pale too. Pretty deep out in the middle. Thank you. That might be my first Missouri bass. Thank you, Luke. Ah, that amazing sound. Memphis, it's really big, right? Or honestly, anywhere. Another one. I was swimming it. Catfishing's pretty big everywhere around here in the Mississippi, right? Luke and I were just talking about big cats in the Mississippi. And this fish decided. It's another decent one. This pond's got some good quality to it. Got him. Another pretty decent one? Oh, that's still a good pond fish. Still another like 2 pounder. This pond is stacked. I got one too. Oh yeah.
Weston, you need to try a jig.
You need to get a jig on, Weston.
There's a few that are about, well, what's the biggest one we caught out of here? That's about 4, maybe 5.
It's got to have some 4 or 5 pounders if they've got this much quality fish in here. Because these aren't like, they're not that fat, but they're definitely healthy fish.
Well, one of my brothers.
Oh no. There is a lot of brush out there. I got it out. Did I break off? Nope, I got it out. Look, see all the bubbles coming up? I think I ripped a little bit of brush off. So they're just sitting in all that brush out there. It's a weird spot for a bass to be. Bassin and laydowns, what are they doing there? All right, we fished for probably an hour at this pond, and that little flurry we had in the middle was all we caught in this one. So we are going to go to pond number 2. Hopefully more want to eat over there because the sun is setting quickly, so Don't have too much time left, but more than enough time left to catch a couple more. All right, posting up at pond number 2. Weston got his shaky head out because he needs to catch one. Oh. All right, that didn't take long. Fish number 1. Is that on the lipless crank? Fish number 1, lipless crank. Hey. Oh yeah. You got one swimming a jig. And it is all of 8 inches. No, it's probably a little bigger than that. Actually, no, maybe not. Maybe 9 inches. But it's a gorgeous 9 inches. This is when I know I spent too much time in Texas because it's only 45. It's really not that cold and my fingers are freezing. Like, I am not prepared to go ice fishing a lot this winter. My blood needs to get much thicker. Luke, you heading out to work?
Yep.
Thank you, man. It's here. I'll give you the, I'll go in for the real thing. Thank you, man. Seriously appreciate reaching out. Always great meeting the people that watch my videos and allow me to do this. Yeah!
Oh, that one's a whole 2 inches.
You got the skunk off. Every fish counts, especially when it's this cold. Let's see this giant. So unfortunately, this is gonna be the last fish on video because I got like a 4-hour drive left and my fingers are just about froze. So let's see our last giant. Weston, how'd you catch that one?
Shaky head.
Shaky head. The go-to if you don't know what else to catch them on.
Yep.
What a beautiful, beautiful fish. There he goes. All right, well, Weston, it was great meeting you. Fortunately, I got to get on out of here.
Good to meet you too.
Good to meet you. Message me. Oh, shaky head guy. We're all good. Message me on Instagram so I can keep in touch with you.
Yeah.
See you, man. Thanks again. All right, we are back in the car now. Had to put the winter hat on because that Texas sun made me a wimp to the cold. However, this was the best travel day I've ever had in my life. Got to see the super cool Bass Pro Shops. Got to eat some amazing Memphis barbecue. You guys didn't see that part, but I just looked at my phone. Best barbecue in Memphis, in this central barbecue place pulled up. Amazing pulled pork. If you're in Memphis, if you live in Memphis, you probably know of that Central Barbecue, but that place was damn good. Thank you again to Luke and Weston for inviting me out to fish some ponds with you. We caught some nice fish in the limited amount of time we had. I really wanted to fish with as many people as I possibly could on this journey. Unfortunately, the fact that I'm traveling on weekdays when people have school and work and just timing the schedules, it didn't work out nearly as much as I wanted it to. I have one more leg of my journey. I got to drive 4 hours north to Lake Springfield, Illinois tonight. And tomorrow I am picking up the new aquarium edition, which I'm excited for. You guys have been excited for 2 months, so I can't wait to reveal that. And then I'm just 3 hours home. So tomorrow night, I should be home back in Chicago, which means this big road trip and journey is about to be done. So again, thank you so much to Luke and Weston for inviting me out. Thank you to all you who watch my videos, because if it wasn't for you guys, I could not be doing any of this. I couldn't be traveling around fishing and making this content for you guys to enjoy, because if you guys weren't watching it, then I couldn't be doing it, obviously. So I'm gonna end it on that. A sincere thank you to each and every one of you that watches and enjoys my videos. Let me know if you guys want me to do this more. Like when I'm traveling in the future, it's harder when I'm flying, obviously, but when I'm driving by a car, it's a lot easier to meet up with you guys and fish. So if I should do this more in the future and fish with you guys, which I definitely want to, then let me know. On that note, I'm gonna get out of here and finish my 4-hour drive to Springfield, Illinois. Hopefully all goes well. I will catch you guys on the next episode.